Yeah.
Okay, so I want to spend a little bit of time discussing the first part of our Dreamweaver site project. The first thing we're going to do is create a slideshow that's going to have all your content that you need to create your site. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to say, what is a brand? Can you give me an example of what you think a brand is? Maybe Apple. Well, it could be who you are, because you've already heard the slideshow. Yes, a brand is something that it might be an icon, it might be a style. Whenever, like for example, when you see Apple and you see just the icon with just the white background, you know that that's Apple. You know what it is. And so I was going to say, who in this class has a brand? Do you think anybody does?
Everyone.
Yes. So if you have social media accounts, you do have a brand. And I know not everybody does have a social media account, but even if they don't, they will at some point. So, what?
You know that in 1 year, 1 billion people, dead people will have accounts.
No, I didn't know that. That's an interesting fact. So it's really important to be thoughtful about what you're presenting. Meaning, like if you have a brand already, so be mindful. Your details matter, and just because you see other people posting something, you're in control about what you post. You don't have to do what other people do. You can be your own person. I know a lot of people, whenever they were creating their HTML websites, picked up various YouTube stars, and those are good examples. Many times, those people have created something out of. They've created a brand and monetized it by just being different and like in keeping in line with what they're trying to basically sell, which is themselves. Okay, so the first thing we're going to be doing, you're going to create a slideshow, 5 slides. The first 4 slides are going to be your HTML content. And then the fifth slide is going to be your CSS content, or the CSS information. That'll be like your fonts and colors and things. Okay, so the HTML pages, the first one is going to be about me. So these are just like facts about yourselves, your name, age. Your identity is stuff like um, I have a brother, or I have 2 dogs, or on the weekends I like to go hiking. Things that are facts about yourself. Then the second slide is going to be what I feel passionate about, and that could be something like mountain biking, or it could be something that has to do with a cause. For example, I've said a couple times that I feel passionate about girls in STEM, which is science, technology, engineering, math, because growing up, I feel like I was not encouraged, and also because I have a daughter. So it has a purpose. It's personal to me, and it's going to be very personal to whatever you feel passionate about. So, okay, then finally, thirdly, I hope to. This can be stuff that's in the next year or two, or it could be like in the next couple of years. Meaning, like I want to take up violin, or maybe I want to compete in a big mountain biking event, or I hope to go to UT and study engineering. Something like that. It could be specific, and it should be a couple sentences, not just bullet points. And then finally, the fourth slide. When I grow up, similarly, it could be, there's some overlap with number 3, but it could be like where you want to go to college, what do you want to major in. Like maybe you want to be the next big YouTube star and have 5 million followers. I don't know. It could be whatever you think, whatever inspires you, whatever you think you can do. Okay. And so you can find pictures and put those on there as well. If you have your own pictures, you can get them from, if you download Google Drive on your phone, you can transfer them to your Google Drive and then put them on your slideshow. So we'll be using those in our actual website we're building. Then the fifth page is going to be CSS, and that's going to include like colors. It's going to be fonts. It can be pictures as well, or it could be sites that inspire you. I'm going to show you real quick a color option. Let me grab it real fast. So Adobe Cooler is a really cool website, and it will allow you to look for colors. It allows you to do like either monochromatic or complementary colors, things like that. It's a good idea to have something that's darker with something lighter so the text has some contrast. Another thing you could do if you have a picture you really like, you can click this icon. I know that I had a picture that I had saved on my desktop of Spain.
On the positive and dark
Yes, so you could use that as well. But you see how this works?
colors.
Like,
Maybe two sides.
okay. So one thing, if you find colors you like, if you find a picture you like and you want to use those colors, make sure that whenever you click this icon, it will allow you to see the hex codes, which are really important. Hex codes are going to allow us to change the CSS file in Dreamweaver to make it easy. And at that point, you can just do a screenshot or a use snipping tool, and you can put that into your slideshow. Again, I want to just finish up by saying that content is the hardest part of creating a website. So be thoughtful on this. Write as much as you can. but and I would say if you need any help, just ask me for help and make sure there's complete sentences, correct spelling and punctuation. There is a rubric on Schoology if you have questions. And that's it.